Trump 2.0, what does that mean in terms of his pro-crypto stance? What does that mean really for your own thinking at the bank? Because you've been propagating and providing your clients with cryptocurrencies and the option strategy as well on cryptos.
Well, as a general rule, I think the market believes that the Republican administration and Trump will have less regulatory overhead. And that's why a lot of the sectors that have really bounced in overnight have been energy, banking sector, crypto, etc., where people think there will be some benefit from the regulatory stance of this administration. Now, as regards crypto itself, I've generally had this view. I think tokenization has long-term positive consequence for the back office of the world, for the global economy. I think the power of atomic settlement, of fractionalization, of smart contracts, of programmability are significant. So I think it will be helpful. As regards money, I think by and large around the world, people will still continue to rely on public money, fiat money. I think most central banks and nation states are unlikely to let private money have a very significant role.
Right.
However, I do think that private money as a store of value, as a speculative asset class, I think that will continue to prosper. There's $3 trillion held in Bitcoin and Ether at this point in time. And with the obvious support of the Republican administration, Trump, Vance, and so on, I think you'll continue to see increased interest in this asset category, exactly as you have interest in gold.
But doesn't that call... Okay, my producer was just reminding me of the time cue. But doesn't that call for more regulation for crypto assets going forward, for digital assets going forward? Because it's 3 for the power of 1. Not just Donald Trump, Elon Musk and J.D. Vance are all crypto evangelists. And so their endorsement and their support for digital assets, would that lead to universal adoption of cryptocurrencies world over in the rest of the world? And would that not call for then greater regulation? Because back home in the region, Trump is also talking about deregulation or lighter regulation around crypto assets.
Yeah, I think when you say cryptocurrency, that's why I started off with that point. I think it will be a store of value. It will be like gold. I don't see anybody using it to buy. Musk tried to get cryptocurrency to pay for his Tesla, and he backed off on it in less than a month. However, the biggest safeguard that people will deploy is not making it available to retail. So if you look at the general view in terms of customer protection, people are comfortable with accredited investors or professional markets or professional investors dealing with it because caveat emptor, buyer beware. And people are putting safeguards and safety rails.
Ether ETFs are already in the market, sir, and you are coming up with very sophisticated products. You're coming up with structured products, crypto options trading as well.
It's not available to the retail market.
Okay.
So they're available to accredited. In our case, all our products that we are available to accredited investors. Over time, it is possible that even retail investors start getting more comfortable with it. But that's just like going back to saying, should people buy gold? Right? Because there is no fundamental substance in gold. We all believe gold has value. But you could make the same case for any other physical asset class in the future.
So what do you take away in terms of, since we are at the Singapore FinTech Festival, what do you take away from what's happened in the US and what policy making in the US could mean for the rest of the world when it comes to the future of payments infrastructure and also the future of digital assets?
They're two completely separate things. I think you're already seeing a diversification or an attempt to diversify payment infrastructures away from Western-dominated and Western-controlled infrastructures. So I think you will continue to see that, whether driven by East Asian countries or driven by the ability of new technology tools. When it comes to alternate digital assets, I also believe that you will continue to see a continued explosion of digital assets because the power of the underlying technology is quite compelling. And that's why DBS is a big player in these markets already, because we think that that is going to be the future.
And there's no risk to financial stability as the market grows, expands?
There's no incremental risk relative to the risk with other asset classes today.